Welcome back, everyone. This is part 2 of our Davening Not for Dummies. So what I wanted to do is sort of switch gears a little bit. We spent all last session talking about the standing prayer, and today what I'd like to do is discuss a portion of the introductory prayer service for weekdays and for the Sabbath and holidays. And then a special set of prayers which we call the Hallel, which is recited on holy days such as Sukkot, Hanukkah, Passover, Shavuot. So the Hallel, literally songs of praise, is recited every day. There's a weekday Hallel. And this weekday prayer consists of Psalm 145, 146, 147, 148, 149, and 150. Basically the last 6 chapters of the book of Psalms. They are songs of praise that connect us with every aspect of our relationship with the Creator. So these are beautiful, beautiful psalms. Happy is the person. We begin with the Ashrei, who knows God. And the Ashrei speaks of almost every relationship, everything that we need from God. One of the verses even said, God gives to the needy, gives everything that we need, opens his hand. Using that vernacular, God opens his hand and gives everything that we need. And God is close to all who call upon him, to all who call upon him with sincerity. One of my favorite verses in the entire of our Tanakh. So we recite these beautiful verses in hoping that we will connect with God as we prepare to recite the morning service. This is the weekday Hallel. So every Shabbat and every Yom Tov, every Sabbath and holiday, we recite another set of praise verses it's also called the Hallel of sorts. Begins with Psalm 19, Psalm 34, Psalm 90, 91, 135, and Psalm 136, which is called the Hallel Hagadol, the great praise of God. And then it concludes with Psalm 33. So these verses that we recite from Psalm 19, 34, 90, 91, 135, 136, and then 133. So these psalms are then recited on the Sabbath and holidays. We then conclude with Psalm 92, the Shabbat Psalm, and Psalm 93, which we recite on Fridays, but again, this is all part of the Sabbath and Holy Day Hallel. And then what has become known colloquially as Hallel. So the Hallel that we recite on the holidays such as Sukkot, the Feast of Tabernacles, on Hanukkah, on Passover, and on the Feast of Weeks, on Shavuot, and every new month. This is what people normally refer to as the Hallel. And these are, again, praise verses, and begins with chapter 113, Psalm 113, Psalm 114, 115, 116, 117, which I will tell you is the shortest chapter in the entire Jewish scripture, entire Tanakh. It's one verse, chapter 117. And then chapter 118, Psalm 118, is the verses with which we conclude the Hallel, and then we recite a concluding blessing. By the way, this Hallel is one of the 7 rabbinic mitzvot, one of the 7 that were added to the 613, and the recitation of Hallel on holy days and on Rosh Chodesh is commanded in as part of the rabbinic mitzvot, the 7 rabbinic. We'll talk about the 7 rabbinic mitzvot at another time, but these verses, again, are praising God for all his interactions with us. So these are the 3 Hallels. The Hallel for the weekday, Psalm 145 through 150. The Hallel for the Sabbath and the holidays, which is Psalm 19, 34, 90, 91, 135, 136, and 133. And then the Hallel, which we recite on special festivals and on Rosh Chodesh, the new month, Psalms 113 through 118. We will come back with some more on the prayer service at our next session. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.